Okay, so this week we are mostly going to be working on a collaborative wiki. What a collaborative wiki is similar to Wikipedia. It's a website with links to various different pages giving various different definitions. The wiki we're going to be building this week is around language techniques and how language techniques are used and what the effect might be on the reader, and providing some examples. We're doing this as a collaborative project so that you can build up a database essentially of language techniques which will be very useful in the future. So I'm just going to briefly talk you through how to add various different pages to a wiki and how to build one. So this is what you will see basically on your course for this week. Obviously I haven't added this video which I'm filming now and the assignment. So we'll just click on that and it will take us to the wiki. So we've got the start page here and you've got some detail of what to do here. So this is the main page for the wiki and you're going to complete the following pages underneath each of these headings. So you've got imagery, word choice and persuasive language features. So I've completed the first one for you. It's going to be up to you guys to work together. You might want to coordinate using the forum that I'm going to provide here as well, and complete a page for simile, personification, extended metaphor, symbolism, contrast, juxtaposition, euphemism, neologism, portmanteau, register, irony, jargon, emotive language, rhetorical questions, bias and opinion, use of facts and statistics, and hyperbole. Now, obviously, I don't necessarily expect you to have a complete understanding of all of these. So you're going to be doing some research. What I do not want to see, however, is I do not want to see you just copying and pasting from Wikipedia or another source. So we'll be checking up on that. Once you've understood, for example, what a simile means, I would like you to describe it for me in your own words. There is very little point to you literally just copying and pasting information, and as I said, I'll be checking up on that. So let's have a look at how, roughly speaking, I would like you to lay out your pages. So I've completed the first one here, metaphor. So you'll notice when I click on the metaphor, you've got a nice little description here. And I've given you a brief description of what a metaphor is. Underneath that, I've given some examples and explained what they are. And underneath that, I've given the effect on the reader. So we're not looking for a great deal. There's 194 words on this page. I'm not looking for a great deal on each of these entries, really. What I'm looking for is a description of the language feature, an example of how it's used, or two examples of how it's used, and the effect it has on the reader. What I would like you to do is ensure that you put a link to the start page on each of the pages you create. And to do that, I'm just going to show you how you do that. So once you've got your page created, you'll just click on edit, and it comes up with this little box here. So if I want to create a link to another page, all I have to do is use those square boxes and just type in start page. Now if I save that, I'll have a link at the bottom which will take me back to the start page. There we go. Please make sure there is a link to the start page on each of those pages you create. Now with metaphor, I might also want to create a link to another language feature because metaphors and similes are very similar. So if I was going to do that, for example, what I might do is you'll notice that I've already talked about similes here. So all I have to do for this is add the square brackets, double square brackets on each side, to that word simile there, and it will now link me to the page on similes. Now, I'm going to quickly return to the start page. I'm going to show you how to start building the page. I'm not going to complete the simile page, I'm just going to add a little bit onto it. So when you click on a new page that doesn't exist, it will say, would you like to create page? So all you have to do is click on create page, and here we go. Now we add our content. So I might want to put just at the top there as a heading, description, and obviously underneath that I would describe what a simile is. quickly go back to the start page. And if we click on metaphor now, what should happen is when we click on that, it will take us to the page on similes. And there we go. That's how you create pages. So I'll be keeping an eye on this over this week, and just keeping an eye on what people are doing. Quite handy with this wiki, what I get here is I get a history. So I can see who's added what they've done, and again, if you get stuck on this, don't worry. Just email me and I should be able to help you. Similarly, if you make a complete mess of something and you change something and you suddenly think, actually I really should not have changed that, I can change things on this, so I can revert changes, I can fix things, so don't worry. Nothing on here is completely permanent. I can revert things, I can make sure mistakes are fixed. So there we go. That is what I would like you to spend your majority of the time this week doing. And I'm going to add a forum as well to this section of the Moodle so that you can collaborate and you can talk together before you start editing the wiki.